welcome to the semifinals of the TSCHL playoffs. I am Ben Shannon. My broadcast partner Justin Chicatano and Justin, we are set for a great game, a great day of games rather. As first we have the Indiana Hoosiers versus the upset find away Ohio State Buckeyes. Justin, what do you think both teams need to do today to end up at the fairgrounds tomorrow for the championship?
Well, OSU, they really impressed me with their game yesterday. I know they impressed you too. We both talked about it last night throughout both of the next two games. And well, I think what really impressed me was their play down the stretch because, I mean, they were up 3-2. They were up 3-1, sorry. They were up 3-1, and they gave up one about midway through the third to make it 3-2. And after that, they kind of just shut the door. Like, there were a few chances for Miami, but they did a great job shutting them down and also getting chances of their own on offense. So that really impressed me about them. And this Indiana team, they can either shut you down on defense or they can expose you on offense as well. They're a very strong two-way team. OSU, we saw how good their defense is. I think it's mainly going to be a defensive game. Both these teams won their games 3-2 yesterday. And look for both goaltenders to be at the top of their game again. Yeah, should be a good one. But yeah, both these teams, as you mentioned, both these teams upset their opponents yesterday, so they got a lot of confidence heading into today's game. Should be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams have that mindset of we shouldn't be here, so why don't we just win it? So this one's very important. We're going to see a very high-tense matchup. We saw it all day long. You're going to expect a lot of hitting and a lot of tight chances in front. It's just going to be a goaltender battle. And Declan Cooper really shined yesterday, and we talked to him as the player of the game. I mean, both teams did lead for their quarterfinals, so we didn't really get to see them play yesterday as we were broadcasting the Miami versus Ohio State game. But I will say both teams did lead 3-1 and then gave up a goal in the third period to make it a game. So expect that both these teams aren't going to quit.
I mean, so both games, when Bowling Green played IU this year, both games were at Indiana, and we unfortunately could not travel that weekend. I did broadcast the home game against Indiana last season, and let me tell you, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see Indiana play again. They're a very, very talented team. They're one of the best teams I think I've ever seen play against Bowling Green or against anybody. And Ohio State, they beat the top team in the regular season yesterday. So both very, very talented teams. It should be a good one. I'm really excited for this one, and I hope you guys are too. And I hope you are too.
Yeah, I'm pumped. Semifinals action. Tomorrow's championship day. We got the TSCHL championship, and then we have the Super Bowl. So, you know, we're pretty spoiled with how great sports lives we have. And 7:40 left in this pregame before we get puck drop. Justin, got anything else to say?
Go Chiefs.
Yeah, well, I'm going Eagles, but
no.
in this one, we're expecting a great hockey game with Ohio State and Indiana next.
And good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Game 1 of the semifinal of the TSCHL 2023 semifinals. I'm Justin Shikatano alongside my broadcast partner, Ben Shanahan. So, Ben, this is the first game that we're going to be broadcasting today. The second game will also be in the arena, and that game will be between OU and Kentucky. But for now, it's between OSU and Indiana. So I asked you yesterday before every game. I'm going to ask you again today. What are your three keys to the game for OSU and IU here today?
Yeah, I mean, they're both great teams, both very talented in offense. You want to stay out of the penalty box, and we saw that a lot yesterday. The teams that got in the penalty box, the special teams shined, and we saw a lot of goals from both sides. OSU actually shined on the penalty kill rather than the power play rather. No one scored in that game, but with the other games like tonight, both teams scored a lot of goals, and I know Indiana got one in the power play yesterday. So we'll see what they have to do, and then with that, just get ahead early. Those are my two takeaways. How about you?
All right, thank you. So I think for OSU, I think one thing that impressed me about their game yesterday is that they were down 1-0, and they went down just over 3 minutes into the game, and they tied it before the end of the first, and then it was 1-1 heading into the second period, and they ended up scoring the only 2 goals of the second period. And so that fight back, I think that's what they needed here today against a very, very talented Indiana team. And as for Indiana, never count OSU out. Indiana, they're a very, very good team when they have the lead. So if they're able to get out to a lead, make sure they hold it and don't hold anything back. And we will now have the national anthem for you guys. So we will step away for a moment and be back shortly. And with the anthem being over, it looks like we're just about ready for a puck drop between the OSU Buckeyes and the Indiana Hoosiers. Thank you guys for tuning in to this matchup. Hope you guys will stay tuned for the second matchup as well, as that game will start at 6:30. But I think this is a matchup that me and you both said. We were talking to players on all the teams yesterday, and they agreed with us. But like, I think we were the ones to point out both these matchups today, especially this one, are very intriguing matchups.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be intrigued with the two underdog stories. Indiana upsetting Michigan, and the big one, OSU upsetting Miami. You got to. No one expected this matchup, and no one was preparing for this matchup. So, you know, one upset's crazy, two upsets even crazier. So it's time for some hockey.
And Simon against Chambers on the draw, and Chambers wins it back. Indiana controls. Goaltending matchup for you today. In net for the Hoosiers, number 30, Sammy Billis, and in net for OSU, number 30, Declan Rooney. And hit behind the boards as Chambers chases, tries to back and went up the boards, and it gets blocked off. Carriero trying to knock it down, and is able to get it. Puts one towards the corner, but it got blocked off, and now it's taken back by the Hoosiers, and Carriero pokes at it. Now it's taken away and thrown across. Brought up by Semino and thrown into the far corner. Chambers chases as he gets there with Kudish, and now comes back over at the point. Thrown down into the corner towards Semino. Cantini watching him, pass in front, and it's taken there by Michele. Michele back at the right point, and now thrown in deep there by Kecker. Semino runs into a Buckeye over in the corner. Carriero pass across, and it goes wide of his teammate. And it's taken back there by Kecker. And this drop pass gets taken away, and that's Vineyard. Vineyard knocked down hard there by Kecker. Now taken over, and now whistle blows the play dead. And it's going to be a penalty against Indiana, so OSU to the power play here early in the game, and a chance to see what they got on offense against this very talented Indiana team. And it's Will Kecker who heads off for the penalty. Face-off will be Brandenburg against Rupi. And the officials conversing by the red line now. Now they head back. And here we go. Brandenburg against Rupi on the draw at the far circle. On the tie-up, it's Indiana who controls, and it's backhanded all the way out of the zone by Chambers. Salt has it there. Salt watched there by Brandenburg, and Brandenburg takes it away and throws it all the way back down the ice. Now thrown across, and taken there, and thrown all the way down by Hawkins.
And we talked about how important special teams are, especially in big games like this. You know, win or go home, you got to capitalize on special teams.
We didn't see
the penalty kill or the power play.
We didn't see too many power play goals in the games yesterday, but one thing we did see were a lot of power plays.
Yeah.
there were a lot of power plays, but not a lot of power play goals. As that's Brandenburg who has it, taking it down the far wing, and he gets it in deep.
Yeah, I want to say the most successful team that we saw yesterday on power plays was OU, and
that's what I was going to say.
That game was a 5-1 blowout win against the Louisville Cardinals.
6-1.
Or 6-1,
I think it was 6-1. Now Salt has it. Salt heads up the ice. Flips it over towards Simarusti. And he got stopped up there by Offenbach. And now it's taken back and thrown into the Indiana bench there by Carriero. And that stops play. 52 seconds to go on the power play. Face off one back by OU. Cantini pass across. And that's Kudish who has it there. Kudish. And a takeaway now. That's Semino. He moves in, he shoots, and he scores! Aiden Semino with a shorthanded goal, barring in, and it's 1-0 Hoosiers. So, Ben, we talked about how important the power plays are.
Yeah, I think it's just.
And right there, Semino with a great take in neutral ice, and he brings it up, and he did not miss that shot. A perfect shot as it went off the blocker side post and in as he beats Rooney.
Yeah, and to get a shorthanded goal in such a big game, that is huge for the Hoosiers as they now lead 1-0.
Rupi against Offenbach on the draw, and Rupi wins it all the way back, as that is Simarusi who takes it there, pass across, as that's Salt with it. Salt pass across as it was deflected. Simarusi will pick it up. Now it's battled for there by the boards. Pass across by Caldiero. And Caldiero moves in. Pass across and offsides is called. $17:08 to go in the first period.
Indiana currently leads 1-0 in a big-time shorthanded goal.
Now a pass back, and it goes off the skate of one of the Indiana defensemen. That was Warner. Now Warner has it again, and he clears all the way back down, and that will do it for the power play for OSU. Great penalty kill, including a shorthanded goal for the Hoosiers.
Yeah, I mean, that couldn't have gone better for the Hoosiers.
Nope. Maybe another goal would have made it better.
Yeah, I guess it could have technically gone better, but you know what I meant.
I mean, that's going to be. Oh no, no call. As there was a big, there was a big hit away from the play and no call. As I was about to say, those goals are the most important. The shorthanded goals, as one of the OSU players ran over. That was Ebersol who ran over one of the Hoosiers. Those goals, like shorthanded goals, power play goals, either or, even strength goals, it's very, very important to get out in front early. But I will say, you got to give IU a lot of confidence getting out this early, getting out in front this early. We saw this happen to OSU yesterday. They went down early and they scored the next 3 goals. So expect some fight back from OSU here as it's thrown in by the Hoosiers.
Yeah, and we talked about that in the pregame show, like how important it is to, 1, get on the board early, and 2, how important it is to score to convert on penalty or in power plays and special teams. And Indiana did that with the penalty kill.
Yep.
So I missed what that call was.
I'm not sure if the face-off will come all the way back. Yeah, the face-off will come all the way back at the far circle in the Indiana defensive zone. Smith against Castriconi on the draw. Smith wins it back. Now thrown towards the net and sticked away there by Billis. Now thrown all the way up and out. Racing after it for Indiana is McDonald. And getting there first is Kudish. Kudish flips it up. Knocked down there. And into the zone it's brought. Kecker running through there by Smith as it comes all the way around. It's backhanded across into neutral ice. Now taken over and thrown in by Cantini. Now behind the net, Kecker picks it up, throws it across. And now a takeaway here. And the shot there, blocker save made by Billis off the shot from Carriero. Thrown up and all the way out as the puck is rolling down. And icing called there as Cantini gets there first.
And that's a big save there by Carriero as OSU looked to take a chance out of nothing. Big interception in their offensive zone, and to get a shot on net there, big save. Like we said, it's going to come down to goaltending matchups, and especially in such a tight game.
We saw Rooney play a tremendous game yesterday for OSU, and for Billis to only give up 2 goals against Michigan, that's huge. Shot on there, and it goes wide off the shot from the point from Hawkins Salt. Now in the corner, Carriero lost it. Now it's picked up by the Hoosiers. Thrown out of the zone by DiLorenzo, excuse me. Slavin trying to pick it up as Olsen gets him off the puck, and now DiLorenzo has it. Pass in front, and it gets knocked away there by Carriero. And now thrown down into the corner. DiLorenzo has it again. Hit there by Olsen. Thrown around, Jeremy back at the point. Thrown towards the net, blocked out by Oy. Oy almost lost it, and now it's kept in as Brandenburg has it. Brandenburg pass back. DiLorenzo picks it up. DiLorenzo pass in front, and it got blocked off. And now Jeremy back at the point. Indiana controlling. Shot on glove, saved by Rooney, and he holds it off the shot from Myers.
Like we said, bounced back with the tremendous saves that kept his team in it.
And that drive by Myers went wide, and now it's taken there by Michelli. Michelli winds up, big drive, save made by Rooney. The rebound, and it gets poked wide. Great save there by Rooney through traffic as Michelli drove it on net. Now Simarusi throws it into the zone as he was able to take it all the way through. And thrown across. Myers has it there. Myers poke check there by Vineyard. And he regains control and throws it across where it's McKay. McKay off the glass, kept in though. Poking at it there was Ebersol, but now it's taken back, and McKay throws it across. Now it's thrown up the ice, and a break chance here for Chambers. Chambers moves in and he scores! Andrew Chambers makes it 2-0 Indiana.
That is a huge 2-0 lead early. As Rooney will have his players come up to him. Declan Rooney will have his players come up to him and try to calm him down in this big moment.
And both shots go barring him. That one was barred down, and the first one was off the blocker side post and in. Now thrown across as IU controls off the draw. Throwing back, Hawkins has it there. Hawkins, saucer pass, and went past his teammate, and now it's taken over by Cantini. And Cantini throws it up, and past his teammate there. Now Hawkins picks it up again. Hawkins off the boards. Thrown off the back of the OU bench there by Kissel, and that will stop play. 13-14 left to go here in the first.
Indiana up to a big 2-0 lead. They're looking to play tomorrow. Obviously tomorrow's a different location.
Yep.
Fairgrounds.
It'll be at Taft Coliseum.
Yep, where the former ECHL team, the Columbus Crew play, or not Columbus Crew, Columbus Chill play. Not the soccer team, the hockey team.
Now in front, it's loose, and a great stick check there. It's a break up a potential big rebound shot. Now Caldiero skates in, and he's able to throw it in. Racing back to get it is Offenbach. Offenbach pass across, and it went past Whitleff. And now battling for it there is Carup. Carup still battling there with Whitleff. Now it's taken over there by Offenbach, pass across, and it went wide of his teammate. Now Cantini throws it right back in as he just missed hitting the official. And it went past Jeremy, and now a turnover, and Indiana takes it back the other way. And DiLorenzo has the puck. Pass in front, backhander goes wide off the stick of Jeremy. Now DiLorenzo, back pass, and it's thrown towards the circle. Poked wide by Brandenburg. Now behind the net, Cantini takes over towards his teammate, and now it's kept in by the blue line. Now DiLorenzo tries to get it out in front, but he was poke checked. Now thrown around. Now Jeremy pass across and tipped wide by DiLorenzo. Now behind the net, it's worked. And DiLorenzo, back pass. Now in front, DiLorenzo back out. Jeremy pass across, got deflected, knocked down. Shot there was fanned on by Brandenburg. Now taken over there by the Buckeyes, as Carup was able to get it up, but it was taken away from him.
We saw Miami have a lot of success with this against OSU early in yesterday's game. They were making it very hard for OSU to get any chances.
And McDonald's backhander went up and over the net. And yeah, like you said, it took a little bit for OSU to get going, but up till now they haven't had many chances. They had the one turnover as that shot goes wide. They had the one turnover where Carriero had the chance and he put a great shot on net, and Billis was able to answer it. But yeah, so far Indiana, they've done a great job defending OSU, not giving them any chances. And now Salt works his way up the ice, makes a move, tries to filter it through, and he's able to get there and throw it in deep. Take it back over by Myers. Myers pass up. And now it's thrown it all the way into the zone there by Slavin. And now Salt picks it up. Salt stops up and gets it across. Takeaway though. And that's Michelli. And then he turned it back over. Now Vineyard has it. And it's thrown in deep by Rupi. Going back to get it is Myers. Myers back pass. And a collision back behind the net. And the Hoosiers still have it. Pass up, and that's Michelli. Now taken back by the Buckeyes, where Vineyard has it. Pass across. Poked along there. Simarusi went to go get it, but it was poked away from him. And now taken back over by Ebersol. Ebersol pass up. Vineyard puts it off the boards, and Chambers throws it back towards the blue line. Ebersol now Vineyard tried to throw it in, but it got blocked off. Now Ebersol works his way up, pass across as it was poked away from Simarusi, and now taken back over by the Hoosiers as they work it back the other way. Brought in. Shot there, save made with the pad by Rooney. Off the shot there from Whitleff. Now Michelli works it in deep. Goes around the net. And taken over there by the Buckeyes. As that was Hubbard who took over. Now flipped out. And he got knocked down there by Whitleff. Great knockdown, as that could have been a break chance for the Buckeyes. Now hit there at center ice. Now across, Hubbard has it. Hubbard off the boards. Worked into the zone, brought in. And the move was defended there greatly by Whitleff.
Yeah, way to put your body on the line if you're Whitleff, because that could have been a big-time chance. And, 2-0 lead is great, but once it becomes 2-1, it's a whole new game.
And now kept in, Cantini pass across, and Cantini picks it up again. He shoots, and that got blocked in front. And the rebound is blocked as well. It's still loose in the slot, and now it worked out. Thrown towards the net, and that one got deflected back down, as here come the Hoosiers. Now back pass. Shot on, saved by Rudy, and he holds it. Off the shot there from Kissel.
Some pushing and shoving, that's what you expect in the playoffs though, Justin. And another thing I should add in the pregame show when you asked me tips of the game, you have to win those tight in front of the net battles and try to get goals off of gritty goals, because that's what we saw all week, all Friday's games, and that's how most of those teams got ahead and won.
Now back pass, shot thrown towards the net wide. Now backhanded out. Racing after it are both sevens. And the knockdown there as icing is called.
7-on-7 action right there.
As taking a tumble there was Kecker after he got knocked down by one of the OSU players.
And this sure does feel like a big game, Justin, as there's not many seats left in Rink 2 of the Chiller North Ice Arena.
Yeah, it's pretty full. And we'll have both games for you guys here on the BGSU YouTube channel. BGSU Club Hockey YouTube channel, not the BGSU YouTube channel. I wish it was on the
wish it was on BG Athletics
YouTube channel. Oh, yeah. Now Di Lorenzo. As the cross got blocked off by Cimarusi, but now it's thrown back in. Now thrown in by Olsen as he was running to there. Billis handles it back behind the net. And throws it around. It kept in. Salt, big drive, and it goes wide. Going in to get it there is Simon. Now Carriero picks it up. Goes around. Backhands one in front. And they score! Jordan Hoy puts the Buckeyes on the board with 7.5 minutes to go in the first. And that cuts the lead down to 1.
And that's huge there. I mean, to get a goal this still early in the first period, to cut that lead in 2 and stop the damage while you go, that is a big time goal.
I thought you were going to say, "Oh, captain, my captain."
I missed it was the captain.
As that is the captain of OSU, Jordan Hoy, who's able to put his team on the board, and that is a huge, huge goal for the Buckeyes, as they did not want to head into the second period down by multiple goals, as that now cuts the lead down to 1. And we will see how the rest of this first period plays out. This brought in by the Hoosiers. Oh, and a great move there as that shot went wide, and that was a phenomenal effort to get it into the zone by Matthew McKay. And then McKay has it again. McKay still with it. Now back at the point. Myers a shot. Swallowed up by Rooney, and he holds it. 7:07 to go in the first 2-1. Indiana leads Ohio State in the first game of the semifinals of the 2023 TSCHL playoffs.
And everybody's fighting to play on Championship Sunday. I don't know what's bigger, the TSCHL Championship or the Super Bowl. I'd rather watch the TSCHL Championship around the same time, Justin. We'll have that entire call. 7:07 left in the first period, 2-1. Hoosiers.
Now on the draw, it's controlled by Rupi for OSU. Rupi still battling for it. Now it's taken over by Abersol. Thrown towards Vineyard. Now Vineyard tries to backhand it out, but it's kept in by the Hoosiers. Vineyard. Now Simoneau takes over. Or excuse me, that's Slavin. And now a shot there got blocked off from Slavin. And that shot got deflected up into the mesh. That shot coming up the stick of Whitleff.
6:42 left in this first period, Justin. we've seen exactly what we thought we would. Very high intense first period in this semifinal game 1.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think Indiana, they were controlling the majority of the first half of the period, and OSU, they were hanging on, just hanging in, and they get that first one, and that's, I have a feeling that with the momentum shift, that's going to make the game a whole lot more even.
I completely agree, Justin. Is, you know, what is the difference right now was that shorthanded goal on special teams. Without that, it'd be tied 1-1.
Yep.
We have a whole different game.
That proves to be a huge goal as it's what's given OSU the lead. A pass in front, shot on, save made by Billis, and he holds it. And that shot,
we got some scrum in front of the net.
And that shot coming up, it's like of gold for OSU.
Is that scrum will be solved before the refs can even get there? Probably a big breath of relief for the officials.
Johnson against Chambers on the draw. Chambers wins it back. Chambers is one of the goal scorers for Indiana as he had the second goal for the Hoosiers. As that puck is thrown into the IU bench and that stops play. As the face-off will now be at the far circle as it will once again be Johnson against Chambers. Chambers is able to win it back. Played around the net there by Hawkins. Now backhanding the cross by Williams over back towards Hawkins. And now kept in by Kudish. Gold, pass across. Caldiero, shot, save made by Billis. As Caldiero was able to get a shot as he went falling down. So Ben, what's your assessment been in the game so far? I know we just talked about it, but what's a couple things both teams can look to keep on doing and look to improve on as well?
Yeah, I mean, you saw how OSU scored that first goal, and we for them, and that's how they scored most of their goals yesterday, is on those gritty plays right in front of the net, screen the goalie and keep fighting. And for Indiana, it seems like they're succeeding by spreading out OSU and using the mistakes that OSU gives them, as here's another one right here.
And now it's brought in, and a great defensive play there by Simon, as Cantini got knocked down in the corner there. Now back behind the net, it's thrown out, but kept in, and that's Michelli back at the point. And now McKay, pass across, and that's Myers. Myers shot blocked off there. Now takeaway, and Carriero moves in. Could be a one-on-one, and that could be a two-on-one. Sees Cantini breaking, and the shot gets blocked off by McKay. Great job by Matthew McKay to get back. Now a flip pass up. It's getting towards it is Michelli. Michelli gets there. Olsen watching him as he runs him into the boards.
That's another thing, Justin, that I noticed as well is Indiana's defense doing a great job of not getting OSU a second chance. That's a lot easier to score.
They have done a great job with that. They'll bring it in. They'll get a shot on goal, and then right after that, Billis will make the save, or it'll go wide, and Indiana does a great job of getting to the loose puck and picking it up and getting it out. Now played towards the net, and it was fanned on there. Now pops up in the air, played down, back pass. Now it's played in deep by Williams. Now shot thrown on, and a save made by Rooney as he holds it. 4:22 to go in the first. 2-1 Indiana over OSU. As the face-off will be Offenbach. Offenbach against Smith, excuse me. Smith is able to win it back. Now thrown across. Kara picks it up and is able to get it out. Poked away, and now Williams picks it up. Williams off the boards. He plays it all the way in, and it was not touched, so icing, excuse me, icing is called with 4:08 left to go in the first.
And for Indiana, they got to keep doing what they're doing to bring momentum into the intermission. And for OSU, I think, Justin, they got to keep putting shots on net and getting chances off of Carriero.
On the face-off is Rupi against Offenbach, and Offenbach is able to win it, and he plays it across. This is picked up there and thrown down the boards by Kecker, and now thrown right back in by the Buckeyes as Hubbard got it in. I played all the way down the ice. Great hard pass there. As that puck is brought in by O'Flaherty, and he gets it in deep. It gets whacked out there by a couple players. Rupee trying to pick it up. Now pops up in the air towards the slot. Picked up there, and a shot. Save made by Rooney, and he holds it off the shot there from Michele.
And
there's been a lot of stoppages.
Yeah, it's been a long first period.
The past 4 minutes, there's been a lot of stoppages. As the faceoff was won back by the Buckeyes. Ebersol plays it across, and it goes wide of his teammate, and now picked up by the Buckeyes still. Now thrown across. As this played there by Warner. Warner pass up off the stick of Chambers, and now thrown in. Stopped there by Hubbard, and now across. Ebersol plays it towards Semirusi. It went past him, and now played back by Chambers as the Hoosiers take it back. And now it's worked in there by Simino. Ebersol took it away from him as he heads behind the net. Tries to play it up, and he's able to as he has it in the corner, and now he works his way out. And he flips it in deep. Semirusi giving chase. Goes around the net. Defended there greatly by Whitleff. Good job by Whitleff to block him off. Now a takedown there, and a penalty is called. Ascantini took down Warner. So Indiana will get their first power play of the game. So what do you think? This is a very, very big chance for Indiana to take that momentum back.
Yeah, they've already capitalized once on the special teams. They got to do it again. If you're Indiana, if you're Ohio State, you got to have a better penalty, or you got to have a better penalty kill than you had a power play. Can't give up a goal.
Now worked by the boards. Now thrown out. Great clear by Caldiero. Now played off the boards there by McDonald. And Whitleff tried to work it up towards McDonald, but Caldiero blocked it, and he throws it back down, but it's blocked near the blue line by Jeremy. Jeremy works his way in. Heads down towards the corner, pass in front, and it rolls in, and they score! It got deflected in, and Rooney couldn't collect it, and it goes in. I believe Jeremy will get credit for that goal, and it's 3-1 Indiana.
And that is a huge goal, and Indiana's doing exactly what you need to do, capitalizing on those special teams. And you know, he scores, he puts his hand up, and he goes, I don't even know how I did that, because it just slipped right under Rooney's pads, and now Indiana leads 3-1.
And the face-off here is Offenbach, as he will take it against Oy. Offenbach wins it back. And that's backhanded all the way in by Hawkins. Olsen going back to get it as he's watched there by Kissel. Now Saltz pass across, almost taken away, and it was kept in and now poked out. And it could be an odd-man rush here as Oy breaks in. Oy pass across, broken up, still thrown in front, and they score! The Buckeyes answer right back. And that cuts the lead down to 1 once again.
I don't even know how that one went in. It was the same. It was the same thing on the other end of the ice. And that is a beautiful goal.
Daniel Seaman on the goal. And with exactly 2 minutes to go, 2 very, very quick goals for both these teams. And once again, back to a 1-goal game. And this has been a very intense game here in the first. It's been fireworks. Already 5 goals in the first. That's as many goals as there were in both these teams' games yesterday. Both their games were 3-2 for the final. It's already 3-2 here in the first.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to come down to be a goaltending matchup, but now it's just turning into a shootout.
And that deke got blocked out there. Just poked out. Now Carriero takes it, and he throws it in deep. On the boards, Johnson trying to pick it up. And it rolled on him. Now McKay gets it up. And it was chipped ahead, but Olsen took it away. Now brought in by Caldiero. He makes a move. He shoots, and that shot got deflected, and it goes up into the mesh. .127 to go in the first. 3-2. Indiana leads the Buckeyes. Face off at the far circle, or at the near circle, excuse me. As this one back by the Hoosiers as they attempt to clear, but it's kept in by Hubbard momentarily, and now it's taken back by McKay for Indiana as he will look to clear the zone. Waiting with it, and a great pass up. Now worked up by the Hoosiers, pass across. And that picked up here and thrown across by Slavin. And on pass his teammate, and now thrown out of the zone by Ebersol. Final minute of play here in the first period, and let's see what action unfolds here in the final 60 seconds. Thrown all the way back down, and it was deflected, so icing is waved off. Now thrown across, brought in by the Hoosiers. Chambers has it, goes back behind the net, spins. He works it out, back pass. Now across, taken there by Warner. Warner tried to throw it towards the net, but it got blocked off, and now Chambers takes it. 25 seconds to go in the period. Hubbard knocked Chambers down, as now Michele and Rupi join in on the tangle in the corner. Now Vineyard takes over. Vineyard pass across, and it gets deflected up in the air, and now cleared out. Taken there by the Hoosiers. Pass across, and that's Michele. Michele in the final 3 seconds, he shoots, or he just lifted it into the corner. And that will do it for the first period, and we have an interview coming up as Ben Shanahan will interview Indiana player Will Jeremy. And that will be coming up soon, so stay tuned. And we have Ben Shanahan sitting by with Will Jeremy. Ben, take it away.
I'm here with Will Jeremy. Had the third goal in this one. How's that feel?
Feels good. Obviously, we had a pretty good start. We popped in a couple quick goals, but obviously to get that go ahead towards the end was good. And we're trying to look forward to keep that going in the next 2 periods.
Yeah, and then you said looking forward to the next 2 periods. What do you have to do to stay in this one and hopefully get your team to play tomorrow?
I think just more shots on goal and more physicality. I think those are two big things for us, and that'll help us go.
And then final question, got anybody to say hi to back home?
My family. I'd say them, and I guess anyone else that's watching us play.
All right, thanks. We'll have a great one.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Ben, and we will have the first intermission report coming up for you guys momentarily, so don't go anywhere.
And we are back for the first intermission report. We saw 5 goals in this one, 3 for Indiana and 2 for Ohio State. Justin, what'd you see out there?
Well, I mean, It was a pretty uneventful first 5 minutes. I know Indiana scored a shorthanded goal, but for the most part, I mean, it was just back and forth. Just the teams feeling each other out, and the second half of the period was just unbelievable. Both teams going back and forth, getting goals, big chances back the other way. It seemed like they were either getting shut down when they were bringing in, or getting huge chances. So I mean, very very eventful period for both teams. I think for OSU, they could do a bit of a better job controlling Indiana's break into the zone. When they move the puck in, they're able to dump it in and get it in a bit too easily. I think they could try and tighten up on D and also do a better job of getting it into their zone as well. Indiana's done a good job on defense, not letting OSU get too many chances when they bring it in. And as for Indiana, I mean, not really much to say. Just avoid those rebounds, as it wasn't really a rebound, but the second goal, the initial pass in front got blocked off, and the follow-up chance got thrown in front, and then Seaman was able to knock it in to make it a one-goal game. So yeah, I mean, just like basic stuff. Indiana or OSU tighten up on D, and Indiana don't give up any second chances. And yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think both goalies wanted those goals back, and they have it under a minute. Declan Rooney lets not an easy one, but it slipped right under his pad. He didn't see it. He couldn't collect it. Makes it 3-1, and then 1 minute later, or less than a minute later, OSU skates all the way back down and gets one in the net. So, and that one was another one that's like, I didn't even see it go in. It just kind of slipped under the pad. Both goalies want that back. I mean, that's something you got to just go one in one ear, out the other, and relax, calm down, and get ready for the second and the third period. Anything else before we wrap up this intermission report?
I don't think so.
All right, I've been Ben Shanahan. This has been Justin Chicatano, and we will see you back for the second period in 6 minutes and 58 seconds.
And we are now back for the start of the second period between the OSU Buckeyes and the Indiana Hoosiers. I'm Justin Shikatano alongside my broadcast partner, Ben Shanahan.
Yeah, Justin, what do you think both teams need to do for OSU to tie it and Indiana to keep their lead?
Well, as I said, I thought Indiana did a great job keeping OSU out of their zone, but they have to stop giving up second chances. OSU's second goal ended up OSU's second goal ended up coming off of a second chance. And as for the Buckeyes, trying to keep IU out of the zone, more pressuring them more in the neutral zone. I think that's another big key for the Buckeyes here in the second. And let's see what the second period has in store between these two teams. This is the first game, the first semifinal game of the 2023 TSCHL playoffs. Pass in front, and they score right off the bat. And it's Simon again.
That's exactly what you need to do if you're Ohio State. And now we got a brand new game with 20 seconds into the second period, Justin.
Oh my goodness, what a start! 20 seconds in.
We told you the fireworks weren't done, but that one even got me.
That was perfect, because like if I kept on talking, I would have had to cut off my sentence. But right when I was with my sentence, immediately the pass got in front. It got deflected. I'm not sure what it got deflected off of, but either off of a player or off the net. It went off of something, and it came right in front. And Daniel Seaman was able to knock it in, and that's his second goal of the game.
That's his second straight goal.
Yep.
Nobody scored between his last two.
So technically, yeah, he has 2 goals in the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah. With a quick 10-minute break.
Yep.
Between those.
That's the longest 2 minutes and 20 seconds ever. Now in the corner. Worked along in front. Whacked that, and they score! Indiana answers right back, and they had the lead again.
Oh my goodness, can you ask for a crazier first minute and 4 seconds, Justin?
My goodness, what is going on? Tommy McDonald on the goal this time. His first goal of the game. And with 18:56 to go in the second, it's 4-3. A minute 04 into the second, we have a goal already from each team.
And it just seems like every time OSU seems like they're crawling back in and tie it, right away Indiana's right there to stop them.
And the face-off won back by OSU. Salt has it. Salt pass across. Olsen has it there. Olsen pass up Cimarusi. Pass along, blocked off, and now Vineyard. Backhands one in deep. Now McKay stops up in the corner. And McKay passes it across. And he lost it. Now Rupi moves in with Cimarusi. Rupi makes a move. And the puck made its way in on Billis, and he was able to swallow it up. So, Ben, what do you think? I mean, how about that for the start of the second period?
Yeah, I mean, before you could even finish answering the question, what do both teams need to get back right into it? We're back to a 1-goal lead, but 2 goals have been scored. I mean, OSU did a great job of putting that one in the net, and then IU right back, and less than a minute later, they take the lead.
And during the second intermission, we will be announcing the Coach of the Year. So stay tuned for that.
And we thank the TSCHL for allowing us to announce these awards, and I know everybody's pretty happy with the results of them.
Jeremy will take the face-off against Johnson. On the tie-up, it's won back by the Hoosiers. Pass across, now Myers gets over to DiLorenzo, but he was able to turn it over, and now thrown in deep by Johnson. Valdiero trying to get to it. Now pass in front, and he got blocked off, and now thrown across the crease wide. Kept in, though, by Hubbard. Now behind the net. It's taken there by Gold, and he took a tumble, and now DiLorenzo picks up the puck. And they'll skate it out. And now Jeremy picks it up. Jeremy shoots off the post.
What a weird bouncing
off the post.
puck.
That was, and I thought that was offsides when I first initially looked at it. But
yeah.
I guess I heard some people saying off. That shot is saved, and the rebound is cleared out of the crease. I thought it was offsides, and I heard some people saying off, but guess not. Now it's brought in by the Buckeyes, and that shot is saved with the blocker by Billis. Now thrown down low. Thrown across, and it gets deflected off of Brandenburg. Now kept in by the Buckeyes, and thrown in deep. Now pass across, it goes wide. And now a shot thrown towards the net is gloved by Billis, and he holds it. That shot coming off the stick there of Kudish.
17:02, and we've had a crazy first 3 minutes, Justin. I mean, I know it's easy to say because OSU already has a goal in these first 3 minutes, but they've had a lot more chances than they did in the first period so far.
Face off one back by the Hoosiers. And whacking it out of the zone there was Slavin. Now throwing back in deep.
And this puck's taking a lot of weird bounces.
It has.
Like that one off the post bounced all the way in front of us past the opposite blue line.
We had a lot of people here for the public skate before this game started, and now it's worked in front, backhanded, and a big hit in front of the net as that shot may have been saved by Bellis, not sure, as we couldn't tell. Now, and Carriero got taken down there, and a penalty is called as OSU will get a power play now. And with the extra man on, drove towards the net, blocked off. Oy has it. Oy throws it back. Carriero back out at the point. Continuing across over to Kudish. Kudish's shot glove save made by Billis. As that was Seaman trying to get his stick on it, and now it's a little scrum after the play in the corner. So OSU gets the first power play of the period, and their second power play of the game. They were 0 for 1, and Indiana ended up scoring a shorthanded goal on OSU's first power play early in the first period.
Yeah, Indiana's been pretty perfect on all special teams aspects. Is both the penalty kill and the power play they've scored. And there'd be a way different game if they didn't do it on either one of those. Would be tied, or OSU would have the lead. You know, I know OSU's coach definitely probably had that to say in the locker room.
Yep. Have to win the special teams battles, especially in games like this.
Yeah, when it's win or go home, Justin. I mean, it's the best part of this tournament.
Rupi wins the draw back. Cimarusi pass down low, called the arrow. He gets it in, and now Gold in the corner. Gold back out. Cimarusi pass across. Salt at the point. Salt over to Rupi at the far circle. Rupi waits up, back to the point. Salt has it. Salt fakes the shot. Now Cimarusi all the way across. Rupi down low, call the arrow. And a swing pass now. Gold through towards the net. And it's still loose, and now it's covered up there. And now a big scrummish after the whistle got blown.
It's getting crazy. But those big scrums you got to expect to happen when there's a loose puck right in front of your goalie. And we talked about the gritty goals, and that's what Ohio State's trying to do right now. Get them loose in front, and everybody's just slashing away at the puck, hoping to get in the back of the net.
15:43 left to go in the second. 1:36 left to go in the power play. 4-3, Indiana leads Ohio State in the first semifinal game of the 2023 TSCHL playoffs. And now Salt across. Cimarusi tried to throw it on net, but it got blocked off there. Great block there by Williams. Cimarusi fakes the drive, and now over to Gold. Gold pass down low, went wide of Rupi, but he picks it up in the corner. Rupi reverse pass, called the arrow. Called the arrow, back pass. Rupi now. Rupi heads in. He waits. Still waiting. Throws it towards the net, and it got blocked off. Cimarusi trying to keep it in, and he will. Now in the corner. The clearing attempt got blocked off partially, but now it's taken over by Brandenburg as he moves in. And his shot gets blocked off, but he gets it back. He shoots, and it got blocked off again. Now it's taken back over by the Hoosiers. As this worked in deep by Semino, and now Cimarusi takes over. Cimarusi pass across. Worked up by Caldiero. Caldiero shoots, save made by Billis. Now worked for by the boards, and Cantini couldn't keep it in. 30 seconds to go in the power play. 14 and a half minutes to go in the second. Is down in the corner, and it's cleared out. Great clear there by Offenbach.
And OSU's having a great power play. They just have not been able to capitalize on getting an actual goal, but there's been many chances. The
first minute of their power play, they had a lot of chances, and the whole time it was spent in the offensive zone. They did a great job. Now Carriero, back pass. Oy, fans on the pass. Now he's able to get it back to Cantini. And and he was able to hold it in. Carriero spins, works it towards the corner, spins away again, washed there by Myers. Now Smith trying to get it in front, and he got blocked off, and now Kudish off the boards. Smith whacks it in. Myers goes back behind the net to retrieve it as he's washed there by Smith.
Both
backhands run along.
Strength.
And now back pass. And then McDonald tried to go get it, but it went towards Smith. Now it's worked out. Great pass there. McDonald trying to pick it up. And a penalty is called. Or was it offsides? No, yeah.
Indiana fans not happy with that.
It was offsides. No, yeah. Excuse me. I thought it was. I didn't think it was a penalty, but I saw the ref's hand go up and then assumed it was a penalty.
Yeah. I mean, it's been so close.
But it was the linesman who blew the whistle, not the official.
There's a delayed penalty now.
Yep, and a delayed penalty. And it is against OSU, as Billis will leave the box, will leave the net. Now pass across, as Warner attempts to escape. Works his way down the near boards, back pass. Jeremy works his way in. Will Jeremy shoot, save made there by Rooney. And it gets touched up. So Indiana gets their first power play of the period and their second power play of the game. They are 1 for 1.
And I mean, the power play for OSU went a lot better than their first power play. OSU's going to look to do the same on the penalty kill, as Indiana's just kind of dominated in special teams so far today.
And the face-off won back by Indiana. Jeremy winning with it at the far boards. Near boards. I keep on saying far boards when it's at the near boards. Help me, Ben.
Hey, man, you're the play-by-play guy. I'm just trying not to step over your toes.
Tell me when I'm wrong. Now McDonald behind the net, shoots, and that goes off the outside in the net. Now it's backhanded out, Seaman, but it's kept in and now cleared out. Now Olsen racing after it, and he's able to get to it. Looks his way on in, and he has all 5 members chasing him of the Hoosier team. And he was able to get a shot on goal and a save made by Billis. Now work back in, pass in front, and it went through the streaking Hoosier, and a save made by Rooney there. Now Rupi has a Rupi back pass, Salt pass up. He could have called the arrow for a break, but he decided to clear it down as that shot goes wide from called the arrow. Rupi racing after it to keep it in. He wasn't able to. And a delayed offside is called, so Rupi has to go back and retreat. As now it is worked up by Warner. Warner pass up. Now back as he retrieves the pass. Warner waits. Now Di Lorenzo down low. In front, and that shot may have been deflected wide. Not sure if it was deflected. Now thrown in front again, and it went wide of a few players. Now Williams, pass across as they're in the middle of a change. Pass across, fakes the one-timer as Williams. Back pass, and he just missed his teammate as he was looking for Castriconi there. Big drive as it goes wide. And that shot coming off the stick of Leo Warner.
In the last minute of this Indiana power play has been very, very lethal. They just keep putting pucks on net, and Rooney just keeps standing tall.
Thrown in front, as that shot was saved by Rooney as it goes up into the mesh.
3 seconds left on the power play. 10:52 left in the second. 4-3, IU Hoosiers lead. Three seconds left on the power play as time will expire. And 10. Oh.
As out in the corner, it's battled for there. Chambers trying to get to it. A backhanded wide.
And if you're the Buckeyes, you got to be a lot happier with how the penalty kill and the power play went compared to the first times.
IU did a good job controlling, but not too many chances. Now backhander save made by Rooney with the pad. Comes in front. Shot there. Saved by Rooney. It's loose, and he's able to cover it up.
And I will say you expected the OSU fans to be here because of how close it is, but there is a lot of IU fans here as well.
There are.
And 10-13 left. We'll have a face-off to the right of Rooney.
The face-off is won back by the Buckeyes. As we're able to throw it in, Olsen. Now Seaman and now Oy. The chip pass, Carriero moves in, and he got a stick check there by one of the Hoosiers. Now it's thrown up. Brought in by the Hoosiers. Pass in front, and it's stopped by Rooney as he will cover it up.
And it seems like after the first, 2 minutes or minute of the game, after getting 2 goals, it's finally calmed down and become more of the defensive matchup we saw in the most of the first period. You know, as much as the defensive matchup after 7 goals have been scored can be.
As the face-off is won back there by Rupi. Now Simarusi, and throws it off the ceiling, and it goes down as Michele tried to catch it, but he could not.
Yeah, and that was a high puck because he didn't just hit that middle beam that we've seen all week get hit, or all weekend get hit. That he hit the peak of the stadium, or peak of the arena.
And thrown towards the net, and it goes wide. Now Vineyard throws it out, and stopped up there by Whitleff. Great job by Whitleff to stop that breakout pass. Now Salt battling for it there. He jostles away with Semino, and a call there, and it's going to be a penalty against Indiana. So OSU will go right back on the power play. This will be their second power play of the period, as they're currently sitting at 0 for 2.
Yeah, and if you're OSU, this is one you got to probably capitalize on, as it is very close. And like we said, special teams have been a difference so far, and you got to start working yourself on getting the special teams to go better on your side. So Kentucky Wildcat just passes. We'll have that game right after the conclusion of this game.
And OSU controls off the draw. Cantini at the point. Down low, Carriero spins. It's Aiden Semino who took the penalty for IU. Pass across, now Johnson back at the point, Cantini. Cantini across. A shot on net, glove save by Billis as he stood up and snapped it out of the air.
Yeah, and Billis has been great all game. And he's seen so many great chances. And
he's been dialed in all game long.
Yeah, both teams have really been dialed in. This is probably one of the best games we've seen in the tournament so far.
Yep. Oy, back out Kudish. Down low. Oy down low. Carriero waits with it. He shoots. Save made by Billis. Now in the corner, Johnson. Now Kudish. Kudish waiting with it. Now at the point. Now continuing back over to Kudish. Now Carriero moves in, makes a move, puts it in front as they whack away at it. Cantini trying to get to it, and it's cleared out. Now it could be an odd man rush if the streaking in the end the player is able to get to it, but it was too far as that was Brandenburg who was able to clear it and chase it down, but Kudish stole it away from him, and now it's thrown across. Now kick that and thrown back down as Gold kicked it a bit too far in front of him.
I don't know what happened there, as we saw 4 bodies on the ground, 2 for OSU, 2 for Indiana, down by the other blue line.
I didn't even see that.
Well, I just heard a noise and looked over, and everybody was on the ice.
As that puck goes up into the mesh, play will stop.
Now to be retrieved is for a fan or for a souvenir. Oh, but she's going to give it back.
So we're now just over halfway through this game. Ben, what's your assessment been of the game so far for both teams?
Yeah, I mean, both teams came really, really hot out of the locker room. That's what you kind of expected, and we didn't expect 2 goals, but we expected them to both come out really hot in some chances, and OSU really just has to capitalize one of these times on special teams, because that's I've said it all game, and I know probably people are getting annoyed with it, but that is so far the difference. Indiana's capitalized twice on that special team, and otherwise that'd be 3-2.
As Caldero brought it in on that chance, and it was saved by Billis.
But positive for OSU though is they've had a lot of gritty chances, and they just got to keep doing that, and that's how they beat Miami yesterday. Go ahead, sorry about that.
Salt pass across, big drive, save. And it's whacked at by Gold. And now a big takedown there in the corner.
And you got to expect that. I mean, he slashed the goalie's pads trying to get an extra chance.
And that was Austin Williams who grabbed the head. I'm not sure who that was. It may have been Gold.
And we'll see if
he grabbed the head of someone and just threw him down to the ice.
We'll see what the call is here, if there's any. And will OSU get a 5-on-3?
And are they going to bring him up? Yes, they are. Williams is going to be taken off the ice.
And yeah, you just can't do that. I mean, yeah, he slashed your goalie, but you can't take a 2-10 and throw it off the ice. And it's just safety. He'll sit and he'll probably pray that his team lets him play tomorrow. You know, as this is a single one and done elimination tournament. We'll be waiting for the call if that was a 5-minute or a 10-game. Well, it's a game misconduct, but we'll see if it gets 5 minutes, a 5-minute major. We're just going to wait for the call.
And let's see what the call is. We're going to wait to see when they put it up on the scoreboard, as both a player on OSU and a player on Indiana are talking with the official now. As it's Oy and Kissel who converse with the official as they both skate away.
We'll have 26 seconds left.
So it looks like we'll still be playing 5-on-3, 5-on-4, excuse me, as there are 5 players on the ice for OSU and 3 on the ice for Indiana. And I'm surprised that it's not a 5-on-3.
Kind of a big break for Indiana, for that being a 10-minute game misconduct and not a 5-minute major.
And behind the net.
You lose a player, but at least it's 5-on-3 still.
Now Saltz trying to battle for it, and now it's cleared out by Indiana. Simarusti back to retrieve it. Long off the boards, and now Rupi picks it up. Rupi pass across, brought in by Johnson. Johnson shoots, blocked off. And it's not kept in, as Salt just barely wasn't able to keep it in.
That was very, very close, as both fans are screaming. And you don't hear that much. A fan yells at a ref, good call. You should just, hear the fans go silent if it's a good call. Glad the referee gets a bonus.
Only notice the bad. So this happens to officials in all sports. Umpires in baseball, and refs in football, hockey and basketball.
Yeah, you usually hear in baseball you're blind ump, not you have great eyes. But, that's what the T's all about.
Only the batters get a complimented for having a good eye, not the umpires.
Yeah.
And now it's thrown in. And it goes wide of Whitleff. Williamson was battling for it there, and now Smith gets to it. Dylan Smith battling there. Now it's taken over by McDonald's, and now it's taken back. Now worked up, and it could be a 3-on-2. It's brought in by the Hoosiers. Pass in front, McDonald goes it in front, and it pops up in the air and out of the zone. And Smith with a hit there. And then Smith got taken down. Now thrown around and all the way back down, as it's brought in there by Warner. Warner pass across. And now DiLorenzo tried to receive the pass, but he could not, as it was too far behind him. And now Vineyard will throw it in. And a big hit there. Great hit there by Warner as he knocked down Vineyard. And now Simarusi brings it in. Simarusi puts it in front. It's loose. Whacked that. And Vineyard couldn't stash it home. And now Vineyard again. Pass across. Cleared out of there.
And that was great defense on Indiana.
On the keep in, it's blocked and now thrown back out.
Because Vineyard had a wide open net and a point blank stop, but he was tied up with an Indiana Hoosier.
And icing called. 5:48 left to go here in the third, or the second, excuse me.
And this second is sped up compared to the first. We had a lot more stoppages.
Yeah, big time.
And with such a tight game, expect the third to be maybe even faster.
Carriero takes over there. Off the draw. Now Oy behind the net. Oy back to Carriero. Carriero waiting with it. Now back pass. Kudish at the blue line. He shoots. And that shot, and it got deflected and blocked off. Big block there. Now DiLorenzo tried to get behind the defense for a break, but could not. And that puck is knocked down by Carriero, and he looks to be hurt. So he'll make his way off the ice. Hope he's okay. And that shot's thrown on that by Kudish and blockered away.
And he's a very important player for the Buckeyes, and we've heard his name a lot.
The puck is like a magnet when it's on his stick. He's very, very good at puck control. A good job of fending off players whenever he has the puck. As Johnson took a tumble in the corner, but he maintains control. But now it's cleared away from him, and now DiLorenzo picks it up. Pass across. Brought in by Brandenburg, and his shot went up and over the net. Now McKay works it back to the point. Jeremy shoots, and that one went just wide. And cleared away. Whacked out here. Now brought out as Johnson brings it in. Now pass across. Could be a 2-on-1. And the shot there by Caldiero is saved by Billis, and he holds it.
And we'll have post-game interview at the conclusion of the, or sorry, not post-game, intermission. You said third period earlier, that screwed me up. Intermission interview. We will have a post-game interview as well, as we have great day of hockey. After this one, we have the Battle of the Cats to see who plays tomorrow with the Bobcats of Ohio University and the Wildcats of Kentucky.
The Battle of the Cats.
Yeah, you know, I thought it marketed a
little
bit.
That one's going to be a very intense game.
Yeah, both teams are very physical, and both teams can score a lot.
Both very, very high offensive power, big firepower on offense for both teams.
Yeah, OU kind of won that game in the first period, 4 goals in the first, and Kentucky definitely won that in the later game, because that was 4 goals in the third, as they won 8-4.
Just thrown around. Now thrown out as it goes past Salt. Now Rupi tried to get it across. Now picked up and thrown in towards Simarusi, but it got blocked off there by Michelli. Now worked across. It goes off the leg there of Simino. Chambers will pick it up. Pass got blocked off by Simarusi, and now Michelli works it up. Simino moves in. Simino shoots, and he put that one just wide. Now Salt takes over. Salt had it poked off him. He's able to take it back and work it in front, but it got blocked off by one of the Hoosier defensemen. That was Whitleff. Now pass up. Brought in by the Hoosiers, and Salt took it away. That puck stays in the zone. Olsen takes back over now and is able to clear it out. Simarusi works it in front. Now brought up by Carrot, but he shoots. Save made with the pad by Billup. Now poked across. Brought up by the Hoosiers. Now shot on, 6 save made there by Rooney. Now a hit there by O'Flaherty. O'Flaherty trying to work at it. Now it's taken over, and the shot there gets blocked off, and the rebound is put wide.
That was a great diving effort by that. I couldn't see the Buckeye defenseman. Might even saved a chance, if not a goal.
Ebersol moves in, makes a move. Goes in deep, pass in front, and the backhander gets deflected away. Great move there by Ebersol to get it in front, and that shot gets blocked off. Now taken back over. Seaman dives at it to try and control, but he could not, and now it's worked back up by Whitleff. Last 2 minutes of play here in the second period, 4-3. Indiana leads OSU in the first game of the day in the semifinals of the TSCHL playoffs as that puck deflects up into the OSU bench, and that stops play with a minute 51 left to go in the second.
And I mean, we've had a great game so far, Justin. I mean, it's been back and forth all day long between these teams, and I'm very excited for this third period to see how this
should
one
be a good one.
wraps up.
I have a feeling it's going to be very intense. Now it's worked down by the Hoosiers, and they could have a 4-on-2 if they hurry up. Pass in front, and a big takedown there as that shot is saved. And the rebound is blocked off.
Well, that was a diving sponge right there, and I keep missing those jerseys. Those gray jerseys are screwing with my eyes.
Yeah.
I believe that was number 21 on the Buckeyes. He saved a goal because that was a wide open net for the Hoosiers.
I couldn't tell who blocked it as their backs were turned away from us.
And a minute 19 left in this second period.
I would say, like, the second period, like, besides, like, all the goals scored in the first, the second period has kind of been, like, it's been fairly similar to the first.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
I think what we touched on like, what both teams could improve on, I think both teams have done a better job of, is that shot gets deflected wide. But both teams have improved on their first period weaknesses as that shot gets tipped up into the mesh. Yeah, they've done a better job on defense, both teams have, and should be a very eventful third period. 1:08 left to go now in the second.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this third period because we've had a great game so far, and hopefully we see another great finish like we did in both of their games yesterday.
Face up one back by OSU. Salt throws it around towards Vineyard. Vineyard washed there by Jeremy, and now Salt again throws it towards Vineyard. Vineyard washed there by Brandenburg, and now the Hoosiers take it back. Throwing back at the point. Now Jeremy in the corner. Now DiLorenzo back over to Jeremy. Jeremy off the boards. At the point, thrown across. Now thrown in deep. Poked there by Rupi. IU whistle control. Now DiLorenzo. Pass back. Final 30 seconds left to go here in the second. Now shot on net. Save made by Rooney. And now Salts. Big hit there in the corner as he got running too hard there. Now Vineyard got knocked down there as it's thrown out. And Olin throws it in. And it looks like that will just about do it for the second period, as we will head into the third period with Indiana leading 4-3, and Ben Shanahan will be standing by with a OSU player shortly for an interview. So don't go anywhere. And we have Ben sitting by with an OSU player. Ben, take it away.
I'm here with Daniel Seaman of the OSU Buckeyes. How does it feel to get 2 playoff goals? It feels great, but, you know, we're down right now. We got to keep fighting. We got 2 great teams here, so it's going to be a battle here in the third. Just got to keep going.
And down by 1 going into the last 20 minutes, what does your team have to do to make sure you make it out to play tomorrow?
Just keep getting pucks deep, get them in the offensive zone, and we can beat them down low.
And then final question, you want to say hi to anybody back home?
Hey to my mom, dad, and my siblings. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Good luck.
And thank you, Ben, and we will have the second intermission report coming up for you guys shortly, so don't go anywhere.
And we are back for the second intermission. Justin, we saw 2 goals in the first 3 minutes, or first minute and a half of play, but then the defenses stood tall, and you know, both offenses went silent for the next 18 minutes. What do both teams need to do, especially OSU, to get back into this one?
Well, I would say take advantage of your opportunities. Like, you can't squander any big chances that you get. Both teams did a very, very good job defensively in that game. I think it was more of a feel-out period for that team, or for both teams. And yeah, in the third period, I expect both teams to come out being very aggressive and try and get either for IU that insurance marker, for OSU that tying goal, and should be a very, very eventful third. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and we saw a very high intense second period, a very physical game, as we've already had one player ejected for a game misconduct. So we'll see what that leads, but I expect a lot more physical play, and you know, it's win or go home, so you might as well win. And you'll play tomorrow at the Taft Stadium, and you know, for a chance to win the coveted TSCHL trophy. And we're only 20 minutes away to see who will go there first. So don't go anywhere. We're 7:14 away from the third period. You do not want to miss it. A lot of fireworks left. one.
And with both teams making their way back out onto the ice, it looks like we are ready to start the third period between OSU and Indiana, the first semifinal game of the 2023 TSCHL playoffs.
Yeah, and we saw a great 2 first periods to start this one. You know, we're expecting a great third period as we saw 2 goals in the first minute of the second. You know, you got to expect that high intensity. If you're OSU, you got to rely on defense, though, because you cannot let Indiana get that pivotal insurance goal because you've already came back from 2 goals once, and then, you know, you've been chasing 1 the entire game. Justin, what do you think both teams need to do going into this final period?
Well, I mean, I would say like the offense is the most important part of your game, but like it's also it's like a double-edged sword. Like you want to take risks on offense's IU to get the insurance marker, but you also want to play back on D. Same thing for OSU because you want to push to try and get that tying goal, but you also don't want to go down by 2 and push too hard. So I think it's finding a balance for both teams. It's the same thing. It's finding a balance of offense and defense to try and either go up by 2 for Indiana or tie the game for OSU.
Yeah, I know we talked to both coaches in that preview show earlier this week, and they both came out and said you have to play a complete 20 minutes in every game, and that's what they did in the first game. And you know, so far they've played a great 40 minutes on both sides, and just got to be the better in the last 20.
And as that puck is thrown in on net, save made by Rooney. As that puck is cleared up into the mesh, and that will stop play as the faceoff will be at the nearest circle in the OSU defensive zone.
.25 left in regulation.
The faceoff won back by OSU. Cantini pokes at it. And then Rupi trying to get to it. Now taken back over by the Hoosiers. Now back at the point. Myers shoots, and that one got deflected, and they're all whacking away at it. Now it goes back behind the net. Thrown towards the net, and it got deflected wide. And now Myers chasing it, and that's taken over there by Castriconi. Now back at the point. Long pass across. Went over the second McKay. Cantini battling for it there. Now taken over and thrown out by Rupi. Now taken back in by the Hoosiers as that shot gets deflected up into the mesh off the stick of McKay.
18:40 left in the third period. It's 4-3 Indiana Hoosiers, and so far Indiana is coming out with a lot of hot offensive tries, and Rooney stopped them all. If you're OSU, you got to somehow get more chances on the other side of the ice, as it's kind of been dominated the first minute and 20 seconds by the Hoosiers. And this puck will be dropped and won back to OSU. And the puck will be...
And now it's lost. And that shot saved made by Rooney, and he holds it.
And that'll be 10 seconds off the clock, and we'll just have the same exact scenario, but on the other side of the ice it'll be left of Rooney.
Off and back on the face-off against Johnson, and Johnson was able to win it back. So that puck is shipped along. Now at the boards, it's thrown in there by O'Flaherty. And then Rooney lost it, backhand in the front, and fanning on the shot there was Kissel.
And OSU wants a penalty, but no call there. And that is a big whiff if you're Indiana, because that, I don't think Rooney was ready for it.
Nope.
But you play on, and you know, you hope you don't give him another chance on the other end.
Now loose back by the net, and it's thrown in front and went wide of a couple players. And now Olsen will try and keep it in, and he does momentarily, but now it'll be skated out by Indiana. Now pass across by Williamson as he's able to hit Olsen. Now stepped in. And the Hoosiers take back over, thrown around. DiLorenzo gets it in. And now a pass in front. And the Hoosiers will take it out. DiLorenzo moves in, pass across, Jeremy. Jeremy backhander, save made, and 2 players go careening into the net, and that stops play.
Yeah, I think that's incidental contact there, Justin, is Ohio State Buckeye was riding the Indiana Hoosier straight into Rooney, and the net comes off. 17-14 left in regulations, 4-3 Hoosiers.
Oy against Jeremy on the draw, and the faceoff will come out of the zone.
Neutral zone dot.
On the draw, this one back. DiLorenzo shot save made by Rooney there, as DiLorenzo got all of that one. Now Oy trying to get to it, was poked away from him. And now thrown up, and Carriero is able to get it in deep. Seaman gets there first. Now pass in front. Carriero had it poked away from him.
And it's nice to see him back on the ice after he went down with some discomfort earlier in the game.
Now brought in by DiLorenzo. He shoots off the post. I believe they hit the post.
Yeah, it was at least deflected because that went.
Yeah. I believe they hit
that
the
one
post.
high, up high.
That's what it looked like. Can't confirm on that. And now Jeremy's shot is saved by Rooney. As now it gets thrown out all the way down, and icing is called.
Jeremy already has a goal today, and we talked to him at the end of the first. He was very tense when saying we just got to keep playing our game, play our game, and in the last 40 minutes at that point, now it's the last 16-21 left regulation to be sent to play on Sunday.
Now thrown in front, and the shot saved made, and the rebound it would not go. Not sure if it got blocked or if Rooney got a piece of it.
Yeah, that was saved by Rooney. That was a great save there by Declan Rooney, the Ohio State goaltender.
As he was falling backwards, and he was somehow able to make that save. Now pass across. Simarusi picks it up. He's able to get it in deep. And a big hit there as Chambers runs into him and is able to maintain control. And the pass in front hopped over the stick. And they score! Simarusi! The game is tied 4-4 here in the third. Jake Simarusi finds the loose puck and pots it in. His first goal of the game.
And that is a huge goal for the Buckeyes to get on the board and tie it. And this place is getting loud, as the Buckeye fans to our right are being super, super loud. As Simaruski, after going down with injury, ties this one.
As that was brought in. And the pass across is handled there by Kecker. Now Cantini takes it back.
And that'll be one back. Is that it? And that'll be one back in the corner.
And they battle for it away in the corner, and now Johnson trying to poke at it, and it's taken back over. Dumped in there and thrown around by Cantini. Vineyard's able to knock it down, but it goes off the official, and he lost it. And now taken back there by Slavin. Slavin moves in. He tried to get it in deep. And now Slavin throws it around. Now in the corner, second there by Castriconi. And Castriconi spins away. And then back at the point. Shot on there, and it went wide as there were a ton of bodies in front looking for deflections. Around the net. Long pass across, knocked down there as that shot saved by Rooney, and he holds it. Big save made there by Declan Rooney as the OSU crowd shows their praise for Declan Rooney, the OSU goaltender. And before we do anything else, I apologize. We are now going to announce the Coach of the Year. So this year's Coach of the Year, the TSCHL 2023 Coach of the Year award, is shared. The first coach being awarded is Miami, Ohio coach Mike Rooney. And the coach who will share the award with Rooney is University of Kentucky coach, as I should have said, University of the Kentucky coach Tim Pergram. So congrats to both of you guys on great seasons.
And we'll try to get an interview with Tim Pergram in the next game.
Yes, we will have an interview with Pergram during the next game as that shot goes up and over the net. As Kentucky will be taking on Ohio. Now it's brought out and thrown all the way in there by Warner, and icing is called.
Yeah, I mean, I know OSU just tied up, but Indiana doing a great job of getting chances on the other side to take the lead once again, as this 4-4 game is now very tense with 13:54 left in regulation.
Jeremy against Rupee on the draw in the OSU offensive zone. Face up as one back by the Hoosiers. It pops up in the air and Jeremy takes over. Jeremy pass up as he hits DiLorenzo there. DiLorenzo moves in. He shoots. Save made by Rooney. As he did a great job getting a shot out there. Now Rupee makes a great move as he works his way through the neutral zone. Rupee waits. Rupee shoots as that shot got blocked off, but he's able to get back to it. He swings it in front. And now he gets it back in the corner as he got blocked off. Throws it all the way around. Heads towards Caldiero. Caldiero run into the boards there by Myers. Cimarusi battling for it there with McKay. And he's able to get to it. Backends one off the pad of Billis as he was able to swing one on net. Now pass up. And a great check there by Ebersol as he was able to knock down Semino. Now Ebersol pass up. Off the stick there of the OSU player, that was Johnson, who was able to knock it in. And now Semino will look to bring it back up the ice, but he gets run into there by Johnson. Now it's back handed away. Now Kudish makes a move to head into the zone, and they're battling Semino and one of the OSU players. That's Johnson. Now thrown up, and it goes off the piping in the arena, and that will stop play.
And I want to call back something, Justin, is as I do want to talk about Rupee and his great way to keep that puck in. He went coast to coast, and he went through a lot of Hoosiers that I just thought, I don't know how he kept that puck on his stick.
Very, very, very impressive.
12:34 left in regulation.
As that puck is thrown across. As that shot save made by Rooney, and it gets deflected up into the mesh.
And that is a big deflection. I mean, that one went all the way to the other side of the net. As both these teams fighting for just an inch, just get, some more chances on there.
He face up at the near circle. On the tie-up, it's one over into the slot. Williamson picks it up. Williamson throws it in. Goes to chase it down. Backhanded back in, and now it's thrown back around there by Hawkins. Now Cantini puts it on net, and a 6-save made there by Billis as he deflects it up into the mesh.
12:03 left in this one. I mean, man, this is tight, Justin. We've seen both teams have great chances, and I can't really give an advantage to either one after OSU scored that fourth one.
Now Cantini throws it in deep, and I mean, yeah, both the games for both these teams so far have been just tremendous. They played very good hockey, and so was their opposition. A back pass and a great job by Williamson to break that up, and now Smith will pick it up. Smith has Cantini heading up the ice with him as his shot got deflected away. And Cantini's drive went wide through the crease. Now it's thrown up, handled there by Carriero. As now Olsen has it deflected in. Now it's brought in by Cantini. Cantini passed across, and he just missed Hoy as he was breaking towards the net.
And that would have been Hoy's second goal of the game. I believe he had the first one for Ohio State.
Yep, he did. Now Olsen is ridden into the boards hard there by Whitleff. And now it's thrown out. Salt goes back to retrieve it. So he throws it off the boards, and Hoy picks it up. Hoy backhands one in. Now thrown across. And the pass got deflected, and now it's brought in by Caldiero. It makes a great move, and he got taken down hard there. Now brought back up by Whitleff. Whitleff moves in. Back pass towards Jeremy. Jeremy being washed there. Thrown in front, and Salt does a good job of taking it away, and he gets taken down, and a call there. And OSU will head to the power play. First power play of the third period.
And this could be a very big one, Justin, as we haven't seen OSU capitalize on it yet, but Indiana has a shorthanded goal and a power play goal so far. And 2 minutes minor.
Chambers had it taken off him. Thrown down low, Caldiero hit off the puck, and now it's thrown around. Rupee giving chase. Brandenburg gets there first. Both teams battling away, and there's one back towards Salt at the point. Salt shoots, and that shot gets blocked off. Marusi picks it up now. Marusi pass across, and it's taken away. Brandenburg racing after it. Brandenburg gets to it. Moves in, back pass. Taken there. Shot. Save made by Rooney with the arm. And it goes up into the mesh. Big save made there by Declan Rooney. Off the shot from Matthew McKay. 10:06 to go in the third. 1:28 to go in the power play. 4-4 game between OSU and IU. Face-off will be in the OSU defensive zone at the near circle. Face-off one back by the Buckeyes. Kudish now. Throws it up. Carriero brings it in. Heads in deep with it as he's being washed up by Hawkins as he gets ridden into the boards there. Now Seaman picks it up and back at the point. Pass across, Kudish. Kudish at the point. He shoots, blocked off again. Cleared out.
Not cleared out enough though as OSU will reset with about under a minute left in this power play. Picked up by Ohio State and dumped in.
As Oy was able to throw it in, and it's thrown around. Now cleared all the way back down as Cantini will pick it up.
And Cantini will skate through the entire IU defense and pass it off. OSU shot on net. That'll be deflected. And Indiana will regain the puck and dump it down, and just under 30 seconds left on the OSU man advantage. OSU will look to reset as Rooney passes it off.
And now Kudish. Back pass, Cantini. And thank you, Ben, for covering for me there.
Oh, you're good.
It's allergy season. Now Caldiero moves in. Makes a great move as he got knocked down there. Now it's loose in front of the crease. Johnson trying to get to it. And now Caldiero. Back pass, Rupee. 2 seconds to go in the power play. Rupee has across Simarusti. Simarusti back pass. Rupee shoots. Save made by Billis, excuse me. And he holds it.
.8:33 left, and both teams are back to man advantage. That is a huge kill for the Indiana Hoosiers, as they've been perfect on the penalty kill all day.
The pass back as that shot gets deflected up into the mesh, and that's off play again.
Well, I would even debate Justin even better than perfect on the penalty kill. Actually, now thinking about it, is they have a goal on that penalty on the first penalty kill of the game. They score on the first penalty kill and the power play. But Ohio State still will not quit as the 4 seed as they both look to make the championship game tomorrow at noon.
Now pass across. O'Flaherty tries to pick it up. And it's dumped in there by DiLorenzo. So going back to get it is Ebersol. Ebersol spins. O'Flaherty watching him there. And now it's taken away by DiLorenzo. Back pass. Now pass across. Now at the point. Shot on net. Save made by Rooney, and he holds it. Every time Rooney makes a save, the OSU crowd gets up, and they love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a change of momentum as we heard the Indiana fans loud most of the game, and now after OSU tied it, it's all OSU's crowd just making a lot of noise. Indiana fans aren't stunned, but they aren't as loud as they once were with the lead.
The face-off one back by Oy. Seaman takes it out, skating after it hard. He's able to get to it. Big drive, save made with the stick. Big save by Billis. Now thrown all the way back down. Jeremy will get there first, so Rooney will go out to play it. Rooney backhands one around the board. It's taken there, thrown on net, and it goes wide as McDonald tried to throw it on net. Seaman racing after it.
Seaman already having 2 goals of the game. He's been great all day. We talked to him at the end of the second.
And the puck is taken back by McDonald. Moves in. Pass down low. Taken there by Jeremy, and he lost it. Now Carriero trying to break out for a breakaway. Moves in, and offside is called.
Yeah, and the intensity and the not intensity, but excitement got the best of them. As 7:23 left in regulation.
What will this have in store for us? The final 7.5 minutes.
It's been a great game so far.
And that shot is saved by Rooney. Salt, pass across, goes wide of Olsen. Big hit there in the corner. Now back at the point. Pass across, and now Myers. Myers shoots, and that one goes wide as it may have been tipped. Now back at the point. Big drive there, deflected, save, it's loose, and a shot there went wide as that was Slavin who had the rebound chance, but he got stick checked as he went to go shoot it, and now Slavin has it again, throws it down low. Casper Coney battling there, and now McDonald has it. And McDonald run into the boards there by Salt. Puck comes out, now Caldiero will skate it out. Pass across. Cimarusi brings it in. Big drive there, glove save. Made by Billis, and he holds it.
Both goalies standing very tall right now, Justin. This has been an exciting last period as OSU tied it earlier. And now 6:27 left in regulation. We're tied at 4. As it just seems like Indiana just cannot put away these Buckeyes. That's been the story of the day as they went up 2-0 early. And OSU's crawled all the way back.
Now they battle for it along the near boards, and it pops up in the air. Now the Hoosiers will bring it out. Pass across. Michelli tried to get to it, and it was knocked away from him. They'll throw him back out. Chambers takes over. Down low, it goes past Ebersol. They'll throw it in front, and that may have carried off of Rooney. Not sure if it went off him or the post, and now it's turned over. Chambers moves in. Chambers was poked on the play. Now Ebersol off the glass and out. Was past the OSU defenseman. Icing waved off. So Billis will play it. And he plays it all the way out as OSU's in the middle of a change. Throwing it into the zone. Smith picks it up now, and now Cantini throws it out. Throw back in, and now taking it right back out. Smith will take it. Smith makes a move, and it's thrown right back in again. Goes wide of the net, and now Cantini. Saucer pass up. It goes wide of both his teammates. All the way back down. Icing is called. 5:22 left to go in the third.
Yeah, Indiana with a great chance there. Is a turnover right in front of Rooney, and Rooney was able to save it. And then OSU just came so close from getting a break chance, and it just bounced off of the Buckeyes stick and went down for icing. Or it didn't bounce up, bounced over the Buckeye stick, and that's why it was icing. I'll scratch that.
Smith against Jeremy on the draw at the far circle, near circle. I keep on saying far circle. Now a shot there, and it went wide. Big chance there for McDonald, and he put it just wide. Backhanded in deep by Williamson. Just over 5 minutes to go now in regulation. Hoy throws it in deep. Seaman goes in to get it. Carriero gets there. It goes wide of Seaman, and now Hoy. Hoy plays it down low. Knocks it down. Now taken there, and that shot gets deflected up into the mesh as Seaman was looking for the hat trick.
Big deflection there.
4:46 left to go in the third.
Big deflection there because Seaman has been hot all game and this close to becoming getting a hat trick, and it just pops right over the net.
Face off one back by Indiana. Now play it up. Played right back in. Hoy tried to keep it in, but it went off his stick. Now Cantini pass across. Seaman brings it in and throws it in deep. Cantini stops up there and throws it across. Seaman goes in to get it as OSU will make a change. Carriero got to go away from him. Now worked up, and McDonald will take it. McDonald moves in. Stops up, shoots, and the 6 save made there by Rooney, and it goes up into the mesh. 4:08 to go in regulation. 4-4 game between OSU and Indiana in the first semifinal matchup of the TSCHL playoffs.
And this has been a great semifinal matchup, Justin. Is the kind of at this point it's just Indiana gets a chance, OSU gets a chance. Indiana gets a chance, OSU gets a chance, and then we have a face-off.
It's been back and forth all game.
But especially in this third period, right after OSU scored to tie it.
Now Michelli, his shot gets blocked off. In the corner, he takes it. Thrown around. Towards the net, just wide. The Hawkins throws it in deep. Chambers picks it up. Chambers taken away, and now Michelli. Throwing down low. Simoneau should have it pass over to his teammate, but it was taken away. Now Cimarusi picks it up for OSU. Cimarusi heads down the wing with speed, makes a move, darts on in, and it was poked away from him at the last second. And now Cimarusi still with it. He waits, he shoots, blocked off there by Chambers.
Similarski has great stick handling. We saw him have the only goal of the period so far.
Now Michelli moves in. This shot gloved there by Rooney, and he'll settle it down and play it over to Olsen. Olsen pass up, Cimarusi. Saucer pass taken away by Slavin. Slavin plays it in. Now taken back by Salt for OSU. Salt chips it up. Pass across, brought in now. And here comes Johnson, and Johnson avoided the check there. Now behind the net, it's taken. Now Vineyard chips it in on net. It's loose in the slot, and now brought out. I'm not sure, like, Billis looked like he didn't see it because, like, he didn't react to it, and that shot gets deflected up into the mesh.
Yeah, I don't think Billis saw that at all, as he just got a pad on it, and we almost saw, like, the third goal for Indiana and the second goal for Ohio State. It just slipped under the goalie's pad because the puck is flying everywhere, and you don't know where it's going to go.
2:34 to go in the third, 4-4 game.
Man, has this one been fun. Definitely the game of the tournament so far, Justin. As both Cinderella stories look to make the finals tomorrow.
Now brought back in. Loose. McKay trying to knock it down, and now it's taken by Brandenburg. And now across, Myers. Throws it down low. And the big takedown there, and now OSU will take back over. Oy gets over to Seaman. He has 2 goals in the game for OSU. Throws it in deep. Now Myers. His pass gets deflected. Caldiero trying to knock it down, but he could not, as Al Di Lorenzo has it. And his pass got deflected. Now it's loose in the shot. Save made, the rebound, and another save made there. Now back at the point. Cantini's shot. He was looking for a tip, but nobody could get their stick on it. And now Rupi swings around the net. He waits. Still has it. He shoots, and that one got blocked off as well. I don't know how they got a shot on goal on that initial chance. All of a sudden, the puck just ended up being thrown on net.
Yeah, lucky for Indiana. Their goalie saw it. This game could be very different.
And the Hoosiers have to regroup as they would have been offside. Jeremy has the puck. There's 1:15 to go here in the third. Now thrown up. Dumped in there by Carup. And now in the corner, Carup throws it towards the net and it goes wide. Final minute of play here in the third. Now it's kicked at.
That's going to be a hand pass.
Yeah. Hand pass called on Indiana, so the faceoff will stay in the zone. 54 seconds to go here in regulation.
And man, has this one been crazy or what, Justin?
I have no idea what's in store for us here in the last 54 seconds, and especially overtime. If there ends up being overtime, we will see. Face off one back by OSU. Salt controls. Salt try to make a move, and he gets it over to Seaman. Seaman heads down low. Backhands one down low. Carriero back out. Olsen down low. Battling for it there is Seaman. And now Boyd trying to knock it down, but he could not. And now pass across. They're taken there by Michelli. Michelli pass across. Pops up in the air. Carriero. Under 30 seconds to go now. Throws it in. Chambers blocked it off, though. Chambers moves in. Over to Michelli. Michelli shoots. Save made. It's loose in the slot. And now it pops up in the air back behind the net. Olsen goes back out at the point. Shot there. Save made by Rooney. 8 seconds to go.
That almost went off an OSU
Salt
defender.
Off the glass. All the way back down. Rolls in. And it goes off the outside of the net. So icing will be called. 1.4 seconds to go. As I thought it was going to hit the post. It looked like.
It looked like it did.
No, it went off the outside of the net.
Okay.
So.
As now we will have a timeout Ohio State with 1 minute and 4 seconds left.
1.4
Or sorry,
seconds
not
left.
minute 4 seconds.
Minute 4. 1.4
1 minute
seconds
4
left.
milliseconds. 1 second 4 milliseconds. And man, have we had a great one. And this is only game one of this semifinal action we have for you today.
We can see both teams looking on right now.
The winner of this will play the winner of the Battle of the Cats is what we're calling it, I guess, Justin, with the Bobcats of OU taking on the Wildcats of Kentucky. Same spot, just right after this one on the same rink. So stay tuned. The BGSU YouTube channels will have a different video, but it's all in that playlist. As Ohio State will be the first one out of the timeout. And that whistle will indicate Indiana needs to also be out of the timeout. 1.4 would not be shot. Yep, and Indiana's going to have the sixth skater. Empty net.
Rupee will take the draw, and he will take it against Castriconi for IU. Here we go. Puck is down, one back by Rupee, and that will do it. And we will head to overtime here in the first game of the semifinals of the 2023 TSCHL playoffs.
And since it is playoffs, I believe it's just nonstop overtime till we have a winner, a golden goal type situation. And this is the best type of playoff hockey, in my opinion, Justin, as the board reads 4-4-4. We will have a 2-minute break and then go straight into this overtime period.
And we are going to be stepping away for just a moment, and we will be back for you for the start of the overtime period in just a little bit, so stay tuned.
And we are back for this overtime period in 20 seconds. Both teams are set up, and we will have 4-on-4 overtime because it's the playoffs. 20 minutes is on the clock.
4-on-4 action. Jeremy against Oy on the draw. Jeremy wins it back. Controlled by Indiana. Now pass across. A lot more open ice with 4-on-4 action here, so look for both teams to be a bit more aggressive now. Thrown towards the net, and it goes across the crease wide. Now in the corner. Has back out at the point. Pass across. Went wide of what left. Now it's taken back out.
And golden goal. I mean, next team to score, they will go play tomorrow, and the other team will go home.
Yep. Now back at the point. Pass across. McKay. Turns around. Now pass it in the middle. Chambers picks it up after his pass got deflected. And Myers throws it towards the net, and it went wide. Now McKay. Myers. Back to McKay. McKay back to Myers. He was barely able to keep it in. And Indiana's had the puck for the first minute of the period so far.
Yeah, and that's exactly how you want to start if you're Indiana. Can't score if OSU doesn't have the puck.
Now in the corner. taken there by Myers. Myers pass in the middle off a couple sticks. Now Kudus will try and take it out, and a great spin move there, and he's able to take it out now. Now Carriero will spin away as his team will make a change. Pass across. Cantini. Now over to Salt. Salt, and now Rupi. Salt. Rupi again. Now back to Salt once again. Salt makes a move and heads down the ice. Moves in, back pass. Shot there, blocked off. Simarusi trying to pick it up, but it was blocked away from him, and now pass across as McDonald picks it up. McDonald, a little chip play, trying to get around Salt, and he does as his shot goes off the outside of the net, or behind the net, excuse me. As it goes all the way back, Warner takes over. Off the boards, Jeremy now picks it up. Jeremy moves in. His backhander save, made the rebound, and it gets cleared away. Now picked up there almost by Johnson. It was knocked away from him. Now DiLorenzo trying to pick it up. Simarusi takes it away from him. Now Salt. And pass across over to Olsen.
Indiana making it very hard for OSU to get chances and keep battling. So we'll have icing.
And Olsen's pass went all the way down. And nobody touches, so icing is called.
This reminds me of how the beginning of this actual game started. When Indiana scored 2 goals, OSU's having a lot of trouble getting chances and getting that puck out. And we'll have a face-off with 17:21 left in the first overtime. The left of Rooney looking for a hero, and we'll have that hero in an intermission in the post-game show in an interview.
The face-off will be at the far circle, and it's won back by OSU. Olsen. Pass up, and Simarusi brings it in. Simarusi waits, tries to get it on net, and it rolls in, and it was guided away there by Bill as he didn't see it until the last second. Now brought in by the Hoosiers. Pass in front, and it went just wide. Now back at the point. Controlling there is Hawkins. As he gets it in deep. Throwing down low. Ebersol will go back to play it.
Our camera guy spotter noted that OSU is resetting right here.
Now pass across, and it goes off a leg, and now Oy brings it in. Oy, pass in the middle, and it got blocked away. Now it's brought back up. Could be a 3-on-2 if they hurry up. Brought up there by Simino. Simino moves in. Simino shoots, save, and it's knocked out of the air. And now a shot, and they score. But they're going to call a hand pass.
As Rooney's down,
yeah, and then Rooney got ran in the net.
Indiana went to celebrate, but I believe that was called back. So Rooney's going to get up.
I think no matter what, I was going to call a goal. No matter what, I was going to call a goal either way, score either way.
Yeah, you have to.
But yeah, I mean,
I believe we have a hand pass.
I mean, I think it would have also been goalie interference, but I guess
I don't think that was a goal either way, but
we'll never know.
Well, either way, it's not a goal, so that's all that matters, and we're going to play on. In this first overtime, 6:14 left in the free hockey period.
Now, IU coach Andrew Weiss getting an explanation from the officials.
Nothing better than free hockey, especially on a free hockey stream like this, Justin.
Woohoo!
As we'll have a delayed start most likely for the Battle of the Cats in the second semifinals game.
Yep.
As Indiana will get their explanation, and we will play on 4-4 in period 4. 6:14 left in this one.
And the face-off won back by the Hoosiers. That's got blocked off. Oy trying to battle for it, and it comes over to Ebersol. The arena is very, very quiet.
Yeah, I think everybody's just tensed.
It's very, very quiet in here. It's now called the arrow. Brings it in. Pass across. And it's taken there by Kudish. Kudish waits. Down low. Oy racing after it, and he won't get there as beating him to the puck was Simino. Now pass across as McKay picks it up. McKay with Vineyard watching him. He gets it over to Myers. Myers pass up, and McDonald has it. McDonald has Simino with him. Over to Simino. Simino moves in, goes around the net. Simino back at the point. Shot there, blocked off. Rupi trying to get to it, and is able to get it out of the zone as he was falling down.
That was a great job by the OU defensive stop, and Semino not even getting a shot on net.
And Semino looks to be shaken up after that block shot. Zao back pass, and Whitleff couldn't handle it. Thrown around, and picked up there by Kudish. Thrown up, and it goes off the stick of Simarusti. It's picked up there by Kasper Coney.
Simaruski's the reason we're in this predicament, is he tied the game at 4.
And a penalty called there as Carson Johnson will head to the box. Indiana will get the first power play of overtime with a chance to win the game.
Wow. And that is a huge penalty call there. And obviously one side very happy with it, one side not happy at all.
So, what will come of this? Let's see.
4-on-3 now, as I was wondering how they were going to do that.
The puck is kept in on the clearing attempts as Indiana will control off the draw. McDonald, pass across. Big drive, and they score! Overtime winner! And it's Henry Whitleff on the overtime goal, and the Hoosiers are going to the 2023 TSCHL championship game.
And they will look to defend their crown of that TSCHL championship game. Congrats to the Indiana Hoosiers, and we will have Whitleff with a post-game interview.
What a shot that was. That was an absolute rocket from Henry Whitleff. And Ben will be standing by with Henry in just a few moments once the teams go through the handshake lines. So it'll be Indiana taking on either Kentucky or Ohio in tomorrow's championship game. That game will be at 12 o'clock. And don't go anywhere yet because we will have the post game for you guys soon. And also an interview with the player who got the game winner in overtime, Henry Whitleff. We'll be stepping away for a moment, so don't go anywhere.
Once they get off
and we have Ben Shanahan sitting by with the overtime hero, Henry Whitleff. Ben, take it away.
I'm here with Henry Whitleff, the hero for Indiana, sending their team to their second straight TSCHL finals. How do you feel?
Feeling good. The boys came through. We were working hard all game, and we got it done in overtime. Feels pretty good.
What do you guys got to do tomorrow, and how are you guys going to look in this next game?
Do the same thing tomorrow, just banging some bods and getting pucks deep, play our game, shoot the puck, and we'll score some goals and hopefully win tomorrow.
And then going into the last question, you got anybody at home to say hi to?
Yeah, I'll say hi to my mom. I bet she's watching, so hi, Mom.
And congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ben, and we will have the post-game report coming up for you guys shortly, so don't go anywhere.
And we had just witnessed a great game, probably game of the tournament. Indiana wins this one.
I would say so.
Indiana wins this one 5-4. I'm Ben Shannon, my partner Justin Chicatano for the post-game show. Justin, I mean, we saw a great overtime period and even a better game. What'd you see out there?
Well, I mean, OSU, they did a phenomenal job fighting back. No quit. Indiana controlled most of the game from what I saw. So yeah, OSU did a phenomenal job fighting back. Big upset against Miami yesterday. They should hold their heads high. Really, like they should be happy about the way they played today too. As for Indiana, very, very strong game, very impressive game. They come again, they win another close one, and tomorrow we'll decide who the winner is, and they'll be taking on either OU or Kentucky.
Yeah, Indiana looks to repeat at the TSCHL championship tomorrow. The reigning champs in the finals. Now we're just waiting to see who wins the Battle of the Cats, and we'll have that on our YouTube channel in a few minutes. It is going to be the Ohio Bobcats facing off against the Kentucky Wildcats, and that should be a great physical matchup. And we will see you then. We thank you for tuning in, and hope you tune in